Welcome to System Science and Climate Change. We should believe the climate scientists and the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change special report on global warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius. The key idea for this video is, number one, we should believe the climate scientists and the IPCC SR1.5 degrees Celsius. In this video, you will learn what the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change is, what types of reports the IPCC releases, what improvements have been made over time in the assessment reports, and how scientists have progressed in determining the main factors responsible for global warming. What is the IPCC? The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change is the United Nations body for assessing the science related to climate change. The IPCC was established by the United Nations Environment Program and the World Meteorological Organization in 1988. The establishment of the IPCC was endorsed by the UN General Assembly in 1988. The IPCC prepares comprehensive assessment reports about knowledge on climate change, its causes, potential impacts, and response options. The IPCC also produces special reports, which are assessments on specific issues. One is the Special Report on Global Warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius. The IPCC also produces methodology reports, which provide practical guidelines for the preparation of greenhouse gas inventories. Below is a timetable of assessment reports. The first assessment report, FAR, was released in 1990. The second assessment report, SAR, 1995. The third assessment report, TAR, 2001. The fourth assessment report, AR5, 2007. The fifth assessment report, AR5, was released in 2013 through 2014. The sixth assessment report, AR6, will be finalized in 2020. Below are improvements in climate science from 1900 through 2022. Climate model speed and capacity, satellite climate measurement and coverage, and knowledge of the Earth system's operation. There is also more specificity in assessment reports. The earliest assessment reports had general descriptions of climate change and its consequences. Later, there were more specific descriptions such as representative concentration pathways. Both AR5 and AR6 include specific warming limits to avoid undesirable consequences. Recent IPCC reports include warming limits. For example, AR5 warns of needing to cut CO2 emissions enough to limit warming to 2.0 degrees Celsius or less. The Special Report on Global Warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius warns of needing to cut emissions enough to limit warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. AR6 also sets a warming limit of 1.5 degrees Celsius. How is heat measured for global warming? The IPCC has used the Annual Mean Global Surface Temperature, or GMST, to track warming increase over time. Modeling the Earth's energy budget. NASA has used instruments aboard satellites to measure the energy entering and leaving the Earth's system through the top of the atmosphere. This is Project CERES, Clouds and the Earth's Radiant Energy System. CERES data combined with other data was fed into computers to model the total flow of energy of the Earth's system. that is, Earth's energy budget. This modeling shows an energy imbalance. Less energy is going out than coming in. This is warming the Earth. How much of global warming is anthropogenic? Page 6 of the AR5 Summary for Policymakers shows a chart of computer modeling of specific factors causing global warming from 1951 through 2010. Bars to the right of the 0 point on the horizontal axis indicate warming, while bars to the left indicate cooling. The black bar is for observed warming. All bars have whiskers to show their likely range of uncertainty. The greenhouse gases bar shows warming. Other anthropogenic forcings show cooling. They include different aerosols which altogether reflect more energy back into space than they absorb. The combined anthropogenic forcings show warming. The natural forcings and the natural internal variability are both negligible. The combined anthropogenic forcings show more warming than the observed warming. This is why climate scientists feel comfortable saying that 100% of warming is anthropogenic. Human economic activities are responsible for the rise in greenhouse gases. Previously, computer modeling was needed to determine the specific factors causing changes in the energy balance. Dr. Ryan Kramer and colleagues devised a new technique to directly parse out the factors causing the energy imbalance. The technique is called radiative kernels. Kramer and colleagues analyzed atmospheric data collected continuously by NASA's CERES missions from 2003 to 2018. They were able to show that a portion of the energy being trapped inside the Earth's atmosphere and causing warming is directly attributable to human activities. Direct evidence is the gold standard. A kernel can tell you how much of the total radiation change is due to a particular factor. Kramer subtracted out all the radiation changes even possibly attributable to natural changes. What remained were greenhouse gases and aerosols tied to human activity. The new analysis and the novel technique Kramer employed to complete it will create opportunities to compare and improve climate models and to track climate change mitigation efforts in nearly real time. Evidence for anthropogenic warming. Climate models have their uncertainties, and so do Kramer's direct observations, but the kernel technique is a step in the right direction. Current evidence is increasingly pointing to anthropogenic greenhouse gas and aerosol emissions as the driving force in global warming. Takeaways. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change is the UN body for assessing the science related to climate change. It was established in 1988. The IPCC prepares comprehensive assessment reports about knowledge on climate change, its causes, potential impacts, and response options. The IPCC also produces special reports, each of which is an assessment on a specific issue. Climate science improvements include A. Climate model speed and capacity, B. Satellite climate measurement and coverage, and C. Knowledge of the Earth system's operation. Specificity in IPCC reports has increased, especially in regard to emission limits to keep global warming below a specific global mean surface temperature. Climate modeling suggests that 100% of global warming is due to human activities. Direct observation using Ryan Kramer's kernel technique verifies that anthropogenic emissions are causing global warming. Resources. First, an online article, History of the IPCC by the IPCC. Next, an online article, IPCC Fact Sheet, Timeline, Highlights of IPCC History. Next, an online article with a YouTube video. Analysis, Why Scientists Think 100% of Global Warming is Due to Humans, by Zeke Haasfather, 13 December 2017, The Carbon Brief. Next, an online article, The 97% versus the 3%, Just How Much Global Warming Are Humans Causing? By Dana Nusatelli, 15 September 2014, The Guardian. Next, an online article, UMBC's Ryan Kramer confirms human-caused climate change with direct evidence for the first time, by Sarah Hansen, 12 April 2021, UMBC News. Next, an online article, Direct Observations Confirm that Humans Are Throwing Earth's Energy Budget Off Balance, by Sophia Bates, 21 March 2021, NASA's Earth Science News Team. What's next in climate change? No progress is being made toward mitigating climate change. Thanks for watching.